Okay, this installation is for BlueHost web hosting. Okay, so we're going to install Opencart on the BlueHost hosting service. I know we're on the lower price hosting service right here. So I want to show you how good that works. Okay, so we're going to log in. And I have a demo account in here, Store 122. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to Advanced. And the first thing we're going to do is create a database. So we're going to go right here, MySQL databases. Now what we're going to do is create a database for the installation of Opencart. So what we're going to need to do is create it right here. Now this is the name, our specific prefix ahead. So we can pretty well call it anything we want. I'm just going to call it Demo 2. I'm going to create a database. See, it says it created a database. Now what I need is I need a user for the database. I have no users. So what I'm going to do is, once I have a user, I can use that user all the time. But I'm doing a fresh install here just to show you. I add a new user. Randy's my name. And the password I'm going to use is free19. It's a weak password, but it'll do for this installation. Okay, so I've created the user then. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to save these. I'm just going to save these so I can paste them in later in the installation. Okay, so then the next thing we want to do is, so we've created the user. Now what we want to do is, we want to add the user to the database. The user is the permissions to access the database. So we only have one in here, is one person is me, Randy. And the next thing is the database is database 2. So we're going to add that in there. And now it's going to ask us in here, and I'm just going to copy these here back to my document here because I'll need those after. It's nice to save password, you know, and stuff. Add privileges. We're just going to add all the privileges, okay? Opencart really does need all the privileges to operate. So we're going to save that. Successfully saved. Now go back. Now we have everything we need to, we have the database set up. Now we can do, the next step will be to upload the Opencart zip file and go through the installation. I'm going to go directly to Opencart and I'm going to download a new version. Okay, it's downloading. I'm going to go into my file manager. I'll do all this all by file manager. I'll just get rid of that. So I'm in the root of my my website right now. So there'll be nothing in there. When I type in my name of my store, there's nothing in there. I'm going to install this right in the root. Some people want to install it in a store or directory called store. Okay. So now I'm going to take this and upload this. Okay, we've uploaded the zip file. What we'll do is we'll extract it. Again, we'll use just the file manager to do it. I find it easier. Okay, so we get a bunch of files there, and then we have a subdirectory there called upload. That has what we want in it. We'll just get rid of these files here. I'm installing this right in the root of my domain name, okay, of my files. I'm not going to install it in a subdirectory like store. Some people have that. They have it in a separate subdirectory. I'm going to install it right in the root. I like that the best. Somebody goes on your website, it's right there. Okay, so I'm going to move these files into the public directory. So move them in there. Now I have all the files. I'm going to have to rename 2 files. These config files here. The reason they do that is so it doesn't overinstall over itself. So I'm going to rename that one, and then I have to go into admin. There's one in admin too. In this Opencart, you have basically 2 sides to the program. You have the admin side and the store side, or the part the customer sees. So the 2 separate halves running together. Okay, so we have it all ready. Now what we want to do is we want to go into our store, and it's going to call up the installation by itself. So ours is store122.com. That's right. And we'll come up with this installation here. It's gone directly to the installed directory because it's not been installed before. It knows that, the PHP file. Now, those ones we rewrote, they would have been shown up in red right here as an error. You see, it says there they've been converted over. Okay. Now what we want to do is fill in our information here of our stuff that we got there. We want to install our database information, sorry. So we have the user is Randy. Store22, yeah, and I think our password was free19. And then we have a database of demo2, I believe was the store name. And then we'll just assign pass as password, and I'll put my email in there. Okay, it should configure, all done. So now I want to log into my administration. Again, admin and pass. And I want to copy some of these files into out of the installation. It's important to just keep an eye on them, that you don't delete that directory later on down the road. So I'm just going to call this demo2 store. Files. That'll make me. Okay. Copy those over right away. Now you might experience this. Now we're ready to go in our store. And this is our administration panel, but I just want to view the store. Now if I go view store, it doesn't want to come up, you see. The reason why is it's caching. So here's what I'm going to do is, this is the easiest solution. There are other ways to do it. We need to clear some browser data just in the last hour. Clear the data. Now what we'll do is we'll log out, log back in. Now we should be able to see our store. There's our store with the default installation. And keep in mind, and you can add themes to this to give it a different look, or there's lots of themes you can add. We've developed some themes too, or settings for themes. If you go back to our website there, creativeclipper.com. We've got a few there, and we've got some links to the Theme Forest. You can buy on Theme Forest, or a few other places there as well. I do have a free demo one on there. Free's nice sometimes. Okay, thank you.